We're going to get started lying on our backs, knees bent, and it's Monday. I don't know about you guys, I had a very lazy weekend, so I think I need a little bit of a warm-up, a pretty good warm-up today before diving in. So let's start in a comfortable position, lying on our backs, arms down by our sides. Go ahead and bend your knees, feet flat on the mat. Inhale through the nose. Let your belly button rise up towards the ceiling, and then exhale all the air down. Feel that belly button sink down into the floor. Inhale, fill up with air. I want you to fill up three-dimensionally too. Breathe into that lower back, into the floor, and then exhale all the air out. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Squeeze that air out. And one more deep inhale. Through the nose. Fill up with air. And then exhale all that air out. Wrap those abs around your spine. As you exhale, continue rounding your back into the floor, into the mat. Finding a little imprint here of the lower spine. And then on the inhale, release that imprint. Start to tilt your pelvis forward towards your heels. And again, exhale, round, imprint down into the floor. And inhale, rock forward and tilt. Feel that little gap underneath your spine. 2 more times. Exhale, round, rib cage scoops down into the floor. And inhale, tilt. Last time, exhale, round, and inhale, tilt. On the next exhale, round, pulling the spine to the mat, but keep your tailbone on the floor. Float your right leg into tabletop and your left leg into tabletop. Good. Inhale. On the exhale, lift your arms up just to the shoulder height. Now keep your legs up. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Keep your ribs on the mat. And then exhale, arms come down, legs stay still. Inhale, arms up and over, press the ribs and the shoulders into the mat. And then exhale, return your arms to the floor. One more time. Inhale, arms overhead, exhale, arms to the mat. Now lift your arms just to the shoulder height, hold here. Keep your spine connected to the mat. Inhale, lower that right leg, tap the toe to the floor, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower the left leg, tap, exhale, lift. As you do this, keep your spine attached to the mat, no shifting in the pelvis. Keep your shoulders on the floor, keep the back of the rib cage on the mat. 3 more. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. 1 more set each side. Right and left. Good. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. Feel your back stretch. You can even rock side to side, giving you a little massage into the floor. All right, let's come back up to that tabletop position and arms right over the shoulder. This time, tap the left toe and reach your right arm overhead. Inhale, exhale, come right back to center. Inhale, left hand overhead, right toe taps the mat. Exhale, center. Continue alternating, but your goal is to keep the opposite limbs still and to keep your spine connected to the mat. So you're feeling everything move from the center, like someone's pinning you to the floor from your belly button, and everything can move independent of your spine. Inhale to stretch, exhale to lift. 1 more set each side. Inhale, exhale, last one, inhale, and exhale. Hug those knees in. Give yourself another stretch. All right, this time keep your hands on top of the knees and extend your arms until your elbows are straight. Bring your feet up so that your legs are still in that tabletop position. Inhale. As you exhale, curl the head, neck, and shoulders up, and then I want you to press into the knees, but don't let those legs move. And then inhale, lower back down. Exhale, curl and lift. Press the knees and the hands together, and then inhale, lower. 4 more. Exhale, curl, lift. Press those hands and knees together, and inhale, lower, but your legs don't move. Exhale, curl, lift. Press, contracting those abdominals. Inhale, lower, last 3. Exhale, curl, lift, press, shoulders out of the ears. Last two, curl, lift, press, keep your back on the floor. This last one we're going to hold. Curl, lift, press, and hold. You're going to pulse for 10. You're pressing and releasing, but you're keeping the shape. You're lifting those shoulder blades away from the floor. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hug those knees in, rest your head and shoulders. Rock it out. Nice job. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and bring your feet back on the mat and bring your arms down by your sides. Inhale here. On the exhale, start to round your spine into the floor. And then push into your feet. Start to lift your hips up to the ceiling and roll the rest of your spine up one bone at a time. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower the ribs down first, then the middle spine, then the lower spine, and then the tailbone is last. Inhale, you can rock forward at the bottom. Exhale, round. Peel your spine up. Lengthen. Good. And then slowly lower back down one bone at a time. 2 more here. Push into those feet evenly. Push into the insides of your feet. Big toes. Inhale, feel the pelvis spread open at the top, right to left. And then exhale, keep that lateral expansion as you go down. This last time, you're going to hold in that shoulder bridge. Up, up, up. Hold here. Place your hands on the side of your hips just so that you can brace your pelvis without letting your hips drop. Float that right leg into tabletop. And then set it down. Keep your hips high. Left leg comes up. Set it down. Keep lifting your hips. You got it. We're doing 8 each side. Now, if this doesn't feel good, you can just lift your heel. One heel and then the other heel. Okay? Or you can just hold your bridge. Go with what feels good in your body. You've got 3 more. Peeling through the feet. Last 2. Keeping those hips level, keeping them high. 1 more set. Right and left. And then lift another inch. And then slowly roll your spine all the way back down. All right, let's go ahead and just gently windshield wiper those knees side to side. Stretch out your back. And we're going to get ready for the 100. All right, so come back to center. Let's go ahead and float those legs in tabletop one more time. Inhale. As you exhale, start to reach your fingertips long towards your heels. Lift your head, lift your shoulder blades. Hold here. Start to pump your arms, and I want you to inhale for 5 counts. And then exhale for 5 counts. Option is to extend your legs up to the ceiling, or you can go low towards the floor. Keep looking forward at your thighs. Good. Keep going. We've got 5 sets. Inhale for 5 counts. And exhale for 5 counts. Keep track of your breathing. Keep your lower back pressed to the mat. Abs in, head and shoulders lift. You've got 2 more. 1 more set. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Bend the knees in. Rest your head and shoulders down. Lovely work. All right. Roll yourself up to seated. Plant your feet at the top of your mat. Hands behind the back of your knees. Inhale. Use your arms to press into the back of the legs to lengthen your spine here. As you exhale, round your spine. Think about scooping the lower back to the back of the wall, but try and keep your forehead reaching for your belly button. And then inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, round, scoop. So it's not about leaning back, it's about curling the spine back. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, round. Now hold this round. Release your hands and see if you can round halfway to the floor. Keep that scoop and then come right back up. Keep your feet on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, round. Scoop towards the floor. And then exhale, scoop to come up. 3 more. Curl it back. Shoulders soften. Exhale up. Last 2. Keep the C curve even as you come up. Good. 1 more. Take it back and hold. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms come down. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Don't move anything else, just those arms. Last 2. Last 1, lower the arms, lower the body all the way to the mat. Inhale, stretch your legs long, stretch your arms over your head. Full body stretch. Exhale, arms come up, flex your toes towards you, draw your inner thighs together, round your spine all the way up to seated, and then reach up and over for your toes. We're gonna do 4 more of those. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, round back. Keep reaching forward. Imagine you're holding on to something you don't want to let go of. All the way down to the mat. Inhale. Arms stretch over. Exhale, roll it up. Reach up and over. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, roll. 1 bone at a time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, roll it up. And stretch over. Last 2, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll it down. Flex your toes to the ceiling. And then stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, roll up. And reach for those toes. Last set, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, roll it down. Flex those toes, reach through those heels. Feel that opposition. All the way down, inhale. And exhale, last time to come up. Use your exhale and stretch over. Grab onto your toes or your ankles, point and flex the feet forward and back. Let your head relax. 2 more. Last 1. Good. All right. Let's come back to our back. And we're going to bring our hands, if you have a ball or a yoga block or even like a thick blanket, you can roll that up and put the ball of the yoga block underneath your pelvis. If you don't, just take your hands, create a little triangle shape with your hands, and bring the bony part of your tailbone in a place that doesn't hurt your hands, but you want to feel elevated and supported. All right, so now bring your legs in tabletop. We're going to go into a little bit of leg circles here. So first, go ahead and just stretch those legs straight up to the ceiling. Feel the weight of your pelvis down on your hands. Let's do a couple of points and flexes here, just to wake up the hamstrings. You can challenge yourself by bringing those legs a little closer to you, but keeping your tailbone on your hands. 1 more, point and flex. Good, now from here, we're just gonna, let's flex the feet and then open the legs wide, keeping your pelvis anchored, and then bring the legs back together. 2 more, just a nice inner thigh stretch. Open and together. Last 1. Open and together. Good. Now you're going to open halfway. Lower those legs, bring them together, and then bring them back up. Again, open, about to the width of your mat. Lower, keep the flex, and exhale up. It's a little challenge. 2 more. Open. Flex through the heels, scoop those low abs together and up. 1 more. Open, pull your lower spine back to the floor as the legs go down and then come up. Let's reverse. You can adjust to the placement of your hands if you need more support higher up. All right, here we go. Flex the heels, lower down halfway to the mat. Open to the width of the mat, circle around and together. Again, inhale, lower. Feel the shoulders open. Exhale, circle around and up. 1 more time. Inhale, lower. Open, exhale, circle, and up. Good. Bend the knees. Let them rest for a moment. All right, those will come into play again, but first we're going to go into our overhead. So arms down by your sides, legs up to the ceiling. Inhale. As you exhale, start to lift your hips just 1 inch off the floor and then gently roll them down. Inhale, exhale, curl and lift. If this is new to you, again, you can keep your hands underneath your pelvis and lift up just with the hips. 2 more, finding that control. Last 1. All right, now if it's in your practice, roll up and overhead. Feel those toes touch the floor. Now open the legs to the width of your mat. Keep the legs open as you roll your spine down. Keep them open. Lower the legs a few inches away. Bring them together and then lift up and over. Open the legs to the width of your mat. Flex the heels. Roll your spine down, lower those legs, pull the abs in, legs together, and exhale right back up. One more this way. Toes to the floor, open, flex through the heels, roll down, down, down. Good, legs together, you're going to reverse that. Open the legs, circle up and over. Feet don't have to touch the floor. Just when you go overhead, bring them together, and then roll your spine back down. Inhale, legs drop towards the mat. Exhale, open the legs up and over. Woo. Use that exhale. Legs come together and roll your spine back down. One more time. Inhale, lower. Open the legs. Exhale, lift. Tap on over. Bring them together. And come all the way back down. Hug your knees in. Excellent. All right, let's roll up to a seated position. Now, instead of rolling like a ball tonight, we're going to do our open leg rocker instead, okay? So let's bring our hands behind our knees, keep the knees bent, and then just balance, lifting your feet up. Now, I want you to come to a place, you can keep your knees bent, but maybe you can hold so that your arms are almost straight. So I'm holding behind my calves here. And I'm going to curl my spine. I'm going to roll back. Inhale, lift my hips. Exhale, roll up and pause. And I'm going to try not to bend my arms. And I'm going to keep my legs totally connected and still without using them to roll up. Now, if this is easy, now try and straighten one leg and then the other leg. Roll back. Inhale. Exhale up. Now, your head is allowed to touch the floor on this one. In fact, you can go all the way overhead, getting your feet to the floor, and then all the way up and balance. Try as you get as you get better, you can challenge yourself by holding higher up the leg. I was experimenting today with holding the big toes and really trying to press up. So you can really experiment. Let's try 2 more. Not doing it. I did it once. I got 1 in. Not happening though. So make your way all the way up and then bring your feet back down on the mat. Nice work. All right, so we're going into our ab series now. We're going to play around with tempo today. We're going to go 4 slow and then 4 fast, double time. All right, so we're going to start with that single leg stretch. Roll yourself down just to the shoulder blades and then hug the right knee in. And then extend your left leg. Curl your head and shoulders up. Nice and slow. Switch. Hold for a beat. Inhale. Exhale. Switch. Hold for a beat. Imagine that you're moving through water. Switch and hold. Slow Pilates is hard Pilates. One more time. Switch nice and slow, like through water. Right and left. And now we're going to go double time. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and left. Both knees in, head and shoulders down, all right? So you got your tempos. You don't have to be exactly my tempo, so find your slow and your fast. All right, here we go. Head and shoulders curl up. Nice and slow, legs out, arms overhead. Exhale, curl it in. It's like Instagram. We're just editing our speed. Good. Inhale. Even slow down your breathing. Exhale. One more slow. Inhale, both legs out, arms overhead. Exhale, curl it in. Hold. Now double time. Out, in, out, in. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one, head up. Good, and rest your head. All right, we're 2 down, 3 to go. Bring that right leg up to the sky. I have the sky, you guys have the ceiling. Both hands behind. I'm not going to rub it in or anything, but you know. Both hands behind your calf. Left leg is about 45 degrees. Now use your leg. Your leg pulls your head and shoulders up. Maybe you can walk another inch higher, and then nice and slow. Switch legs. Slow. Switch legs. Slow. Pull that stretch. I know, I'm torturing you guys tonight. 1 more. Reach for that ankle. Pull and pull double time. Right, left, right. Left, 2 more. Right, left, right, and left. Both legs in. And rest your head and shoulders. 2 down. 2 left. 3 down. 2 to go. Inhale. On the exhale, head and shoulders come up.
Hands behind your head. Reach those legs nice and slow. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, slow lift up. Keep the back on the mat. Inhale, reach those legs. Exhale, lift. 2 more, slow. Keep those shoulder blades curling up and lift. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Now with control, lower, lift, lower, lift. 2 more, lower, lift. 1 more, lower and lift. Bend the knees, rest the head. Final set, your crisscross, hands behind the head. Inhale. Exhale, head and shoulders curl up. Slow, left elbow to the right knee, extend your left leg. Switch and reach. Switch, reach. Curl those shoulders up. You got it. Open the elbows. So really pay attention to your form tonight on these slow ones. 1 more nice and slow. Right, left through water, and now double time. Right, left, right, left. 2 more. Right, left, right, and left. And rest the head and shoulders.
Woo! All right, rock it out. Good work, you guys. Let's come all the way up to seated for our spine stretch. So come to seated in the middle of your mat. Feet to the width of the mat. Flexing your toes. Arms come forward right at the shoulder height. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, start to round up and over an imaginary ball, reaching past your toes, stretching your spine. And then inhale, slowly come back up 1 bone at a time. And again, exhale, lengthen, up and over, flex those toes, anchor the legs, reach, and then come right back up. 1 more time, inhale, exhale. Imagine that your belly button is trying to reach away from your thighs, but your upper spine is reaching forward, 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 and then slowly come all the way up and rest your arms down by your sides. Okay, excellent. Let's get ready for some rotation. Have a seat cross-legged. And we're going to start with a little side stretch, actually. So bring your hands next to your hips on the mat. Take your left arm up by your ear. Lengthen your spine, inhale, and as you exhale, side bend. Keep dropping your hip down into the mat. And then slowly lengthen, come back to center. Let's do the other side. Right arm up by your ear. Inhale, lengthen. Going up and over. Side bend. Good. And then come right back up. All right. So now go ahead and bring both hands up and behind your head. Feel the elbows open wide. Sit tall and pull your rib cage back. Inhale. As you exhale, squeeze through the waist as you rotate to the right. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, squeeze the waist as you rotate to the left. And inhale back to center. 2 more each side. To the right. Squeeze and center to the left. Squeeze and center 1 more time. Right. Keep those elbows open and center and left. Open and center. Excellent. Relax your arms, release them. Open the legs a little bit wider than your mat. And we're going to add our rotation to the spine stretch forward. So your arms go up out at the shoulder height. Flex your toes, push your legs down to lift your spine taller. Inhale. As you exhale, rotate to the right. Bring your left hand across the body, round forward, but try and get your belly button away from your thigh. Look at the back hand and now twist once, twist twice, twist 3 times, and then come up. So it's not that you're necessarily reaching forward. You reach forward here. Oops. Got a call. Keep going. You reach forward here, but then you twist on that little saw. You're twisting, 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 and then coming right back up. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Arm comes across, round forward. Reach. 1, 2, 3, twisting, and then come right back up. So I'll show you from this angle. Keep going. Twist. And so I'm reaching forward, but then I'm actually twisting, twisting, twisting to get deeper. And right back up. 1 more time each side. Twist to the left or to the right and round. And rotate, rotate, rotate. Back to center. Last time other way. Inhale. Exhale. Twist, your waist. 1, 2, and 3. And then come right back up, arms float down. Excellent job. All right, so while we're here, we're gonna keep the twisting going, but we're gonna go for the lower body. So let's start on our back. So go ahead and lay on down. And bring your legs in tabletop here. Arms out to the side, right at your like creating a T, right at the shoulder height. Bring your inner thighs, knees, ankles together to touch. Keep the knees and ankles touching. Lower the knees to the left. Inhale. They don't have to go all the way to the floor. And then exhale, come back to center. Lower to the right. Over, over, over. Inhale. And then exhale back to center. Try that 2 more times. Over to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Lift center. Over to the right. Keep your shoulders down. And exhale, center. Good. Now, from here, straighten those legs. You're going to go over just a little bit. Inhale. And then exhale back to center. Now, notice your feet and knees are still together, so your hips are still lifting to find this rotation. And back to center. 1 more each side. Over. Inhale. Exhale, center. Last time the other way. Inhale. Over. Exhale, center. So now we're going to add a little circle. You're going to go over, lifting that right hip, circle down halfway towards the center of your mat, over to the right, lifting your left hip, and then finish the circle to the top. Reverse. Circle down to the right. Reach away, over and up. And you can find a little momentum here, kind of helping the energy shift from your right hip to the left hip. 1 more time. Down, around, and up. Good. And then hug your knees in. All right, so that was one variation called corkscrew. And now we're going to do the hip twist, which is the exact same movement in the legs, but this time your upper body is lifted. All right? So from here, your hands are going to reach back so that you want to create the letter M with your body. So I've got M, M, or W, I guess. No, this is definitely an M. So make sure your hips are in the center between your heels and your palms. And then, like me, my elbows are super hyper extended. They're very mobile, so I have to create a little micro bend in my elbow. All right, first duty, you're going to lift your chest up. First move, shoulders out of the ears. And then 1 leg at a time comes up to tabletops. So your feet are just hovering off the mat. From here, you're going to lift that right hip. Lower the knees down to the floor and then come back to center. Lift the left hip, lowering your knees the other way, and then back to center. Now, if you need a little bit more space, you can walk your hands back a little further. 1 more side. To the left and center. To the right and center. Now try that circle. Down the left, circle away, up the right, and center. Reverse. Down the right, circle away, up the left, and center. Try it with your legs straight. Down the left, circle around, exhale, center. So it really helps if you're lifting out of your hands, keeping that chest lifted, shoulders straight ahead. 2 more, you got it. Down, around, exhale, up. Inhale, lower to the right. Down, around, exhale, up. Give me 1 more each direction. Down, around, rotate from the hips, just like we were when we were on our back last time. To the right, down, around, and exhale, up. Lower the legs, reach your arms up, take a forward fold. Whew. All right, hip flex. That's a tip. Hip twist is a tough one. It can definitely be hard right here if it's tight. So speaking of, let's go ahead and come to all fours, hands and knees, and we'll do a little stretch here for this one. So come down so that your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees under the hips. And you're going to just let's start by lengthening and releasing that back. So let your tailbone arch up to the ceiling. Let your head lift up. Feel the arms nice and strong as you open the chest. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, drop the head. Round your spine. Curl the tailbone under. Pull the abs in and up. Good. And again, inhale. Lift your gaze. Open the chest. Take that stretch. And then exhale, drop the head. Curl the tailbone under, push the floor away. 1 more each way. Inhale, And exhale. Good. And then go ahead and take a little child's pose. Let's just get a little length in the back. Reach your arms forward, let your head rest. Take a few breaths. Good. Keep breathing. One more breath. All right. So now from here, go ahead and come all the way down to your stomach. And we're going to start with a little bit of our swan work. Let's start with the upper body. So take your hands and bring them right above the shoulder line and then open them to the width of the mat. From here, feel the tailbone curl under. So you want your tailbone to be reaching not to the sky but towards your heels. Holding the abdominals in and up. From here, start to pull your shoulders away from the mat. Lift your head slightly, letting your head lead. Shine your sternum forward. Keep your toes on the mat and start to lift. Try not to put too much pressure in the arms. They're obviously there for support, and you will need them in a moment. Good. And then slowly lengthen your spine and control the descent right back down to the floor. Let's do that 2 more times. Shoulders roll back. Tailbone curls under. Abs in. Try to keep your hands very light on this first half. Shoulders rolling back. And now once you've lifted as far as you can without the help of your hands, start to push into your palms and keep guiding your head up so that you should almost be looking at the top corner of your wall by the time you get up. Good, and then lengthen your spine. Keep curling that tailbone under, pulling the abs in, and keep trying to look forward and up so that your head is the very last thing to arrive. Awesome work. One more time. Shoulders roll back. Look forward, hold the tailbone under, abs lift. Start to lift your ribs up. They really can help you lift. Maybe at the top, you can curl the abs under 1 more inch and extend those arms, and then slowly lengthen. Feel those elbows go back. Shoulder blades down. Rib cage is trying to stay connected all the way down to the floor. Awesome. Rest your head. Bend your knees and just do a little windshield wiper here, releasing the back. Awesome job. All right, so now go ahead and straighten the legs down on the floor and rest your forehead on your hands. You can stack your hands and rest them here. From here, I want you to find that same curl in your tailbone, pulling the abs in. Reach your right leg. So this is actually, we're going to do a different step. So keep your foot, the top of your foot and your thigh on the mat, but can you just lift the kneecap off the floor? And so you're just activating that leg. You can see it slightly in the video if you watch me, just a slight activation. Once you've activated, keep the length and that kneecap lifting as you lift the whole leg up and then lower down. And then let's do the other side. Activate the leg by lifting the kneecap. Keep that length to lift the whole leg without moving your spine. Okay, and lower back down. Let's see if that helps. That activation of the knee, keep the length to lift and lower. Good. Activate the knee, lift the leg, and lower down. All right, that was awesome. Bring your feet together now. Same idea. Top of the feet, press into the floor. Activate the knees together. Press your heels together. Pull your abs in, and then lift the legs all in one piece. Keep your upper body relaxed on the floor, and then slowly lengthen and lower the legs. Relax so that you don't cramp, and then reactivate. Knees lift, tush engages, abs lift, and then everything comes up, heels press together, and lengthen those legs, lower back down, relax. Last time, heels together, kneecaps lift, abdominals engage, tighten your seat as you lift, and lengthen, and then slowly lower down. Awesome job. Relax the legs. Do 1 more set of windshield wipers. We'll take a child's pose in a second. You can always take them, though, if you need more. All right, so now this time, legs long, heels together, toes apart. Lift the kneecaps. Activate the legs. Abs in. You're going to lift and hover. Keep those knees off the mat. Keep the heels together. Start to bend the knees. Bring your heels towards your glutes, and then straighten the legs. Bend and extend. Trying to keep the thighs lifting, keep the heels connected. You're lifting as you bend those knees. Last 2. 1 more. Now bend and hold. Flex your heels to the ceiling and pulse. Little lifts. You got it. Lift those knees. Now nothing moves in the pelvis. Your pelvis is anchoring to the floor. For 4. Abs in. 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, now we'll take a child's pose. Sit back towards your heels, round your spine. Stretch it out. Nice work. Good. All right, let's come up to kneeling and do our little thigh stretch. So you're going to be kneeling here, feet and knees hip width apart. You want to find that same sensation of curling the tailbone under and pressing the pubic bone forward. Keep this nice straight line, arms float up to the shoulder height. Inhale, start to lengthen your spine and hinge back towards your heels. Keep the lower legs relaxed, but connected to the floor. And again, inhale, lengthen, take it back, abs in, and exhale up. Now you can go as far as you want if you can keep your form. I can't go very far. My quads are tight. This is as far as I go. And up. But you can challenge yourself. Don't feel limited by my limitation. But keep your form. Good, and up. Let's try one more. This time I want you to find a place that you can hold. Inhale, take it back. Hold, and now just the arms. Arms up, arms down. Keep your shape where it is. Arms up, arms down. Last 2. And up. One more. Lift and lower the arms and come right back up. Whew, and relax. All right, great work. Let's come to our side for our side lying leg series. So come all the way down to the back edge of your mat if you're using a mat. Let me slide a little closer here. All right, and then stack your hips and your ankles so you can support your head. Bring your feet forward to the front edge of your mat so your legs are at a slight angle. All right, from here, activate the waist by pulling up away from the floor. And then keep this hip reaching long. Keep it long as you lift the leg. Here we go. Parallel. Don't let the pelvis or the hip lift, just that leg. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. All right, slightly new one today. I want you to lift up just to the hip height and fold. Now I want you to internally rotate, tap the big toe to the mat in front of the foot. Externally rotate, tap the heel behind the leg. Toe in front, heel behind. Keeping the leg still, and you're not moving the hip. You're rotating the leg inside the hip socket. Good. 4 more. Tap and tap. Last 3. 2. Last one. Good. And then come back to the hip height, parallel. Flex forward, point back. Flex and point. Flex and point. Last 2. 1 more. Flex and point. Come back to that leg right at the center, little circles. Tiny circles. Everything from the hips up is still. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now come forward, open to the sky, and lower down. Just 4. Forward, open, and down. Keep the integrity of your spine. Last one this way, and reverse. Go up, bring it forward and back together. Up, forward and back together. Last 2. 1 more, like the letter D, and rest that leg down. Excellent. Go ahead and bend the knees. Bring your heels to the back edge of your mat. And you're going to start by just lifting that top knee up. Keeping the knee and the ankle, trying to keep it on the same plane. It's harder than it looks, actually. For 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it up there. Now keep the distance between your knees the same. Externally rotate, lower the toe, and then internally rotate, lift the toe. Lift and lower. Trying not to close the legs or lower here, just internally rotate and externally rotate. Last two. One more. End with your toes together and then lower the knee and open. Toes stay connected for your clamshell. Last set of 8. Keep your hip forward and really squeeze that external glute medius. You got it. Last 2. Woo, one more and rest. All right, good. Let's take a quick quad stretch. Grab the front of that foot and pull the heel to the glute. Press your pelvis forward, curl your tailbone under to deepen that stretch. One more breath here. Good, and then release the leg. All right, let's switch to the other side. And you're gonna stack your feet, stack your hips, bring the feet forward, prop up your head, and here we go. You're gonna lift and lower. Active leg, your waist is lifting away from the floor, your hips are staying stacked. Last 4, 3, 2, one more. Good, and now lift to the hip height, hold, internally rotate, toe taps the floor, externally rotate, heel taps the floor. Toe in front, heel behind. Good, and it's okay if you don't actually make contact with the floor. Do your best where your range of motion is. It's harder for me to get my heel to the floor on this one. Good, last 3. And 2. One more. Toe and heel. Come back to parallel and forward with the flex, back with the point. Stabilize your spine. Forward and back. Almost there. 4 left. Flex and reach back and point. Last 3. And 2. One more. Flex and point. Come back to center. Little circles. You got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8. Keep everything above the hips still. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Come forward, up to the sky, and down. You got it. 4 each way. Forward, up, open, and down. Last 2. One more. And then reverse. Lift that leg up, lower down, and back to the leg. Up, down, and back together. Last 2. And one more. Up and all the way down. Rest that leg. Lovely. Bend the knees. And you're going to bring those heels slightly behind you. Lift and lower that top leg all in one line. All in one line. You got it. 4 more. Imagine that you're balancing a teacup on the outside of your ankle. So you just want to keep it level. Last 2. One more. Lift and hold. Keep the distance between the knees. Toes together. Toes to the ceiling. Toe down. Toe up. Pivoting at that knee. You can even bring your hand on the knee if you're having trouble, just to help keep it still in space for 4. And really feel the external rotation. I felt myself cheating. I was just dropping the foot. But it's not just dropping the foot. We can do that. You're moving the whole leg. You're opening and you're internally rotating. One more. And now keep the leg open, foot down, and then close and open like a clamshell. Oh, here's the burn. You got it. 4 more. Really open, but keep the hips stacked. Last 3. 2. One more. Open and release that leg. All right, grab the ankle. Take your quad stretch first, bringing the heel towards the glute and bring your tailbone, curl the tailbone under, bringing your pelvis forward. Feel that stretch. Awesome. All right, let's roll to our back. Take the figure 4 stretch as well. All right, so come on down, bring your right ankle on the left knee and grab behind your left leg. Stretching that hip. One more breath. And then switch to the other side. Pulling the knee in, opening that knee. Breathing. Good. Keep breathing, keep stretching. All right, and then release the stretch. And then let's start our teaser from here today. All right? So let's start by stretching your legs long. Go with me here. All right, so we're gonna build it up from here in a new way. Let's see how this works with the body. So keep your abs in, and you wanna really try and get your back connected to the mat in this position. Arms down by your sides. Bring your heels together, toes slightly apart. So now from here, using your abs, see if you can start to bend the knees and drag your heels along the mat in towards your sits bones. The mat might get in the way. And then press them away. Good, so let's try it again. And now each time just kind of getting a little lighter, like you're barely touching the floor with those heels. And then press away. You'll feel those glutes engage. All right, if it helps, lift your head and shoulders up. Sometimes that helps actually with the lower back. Hands behind your head. And press. One more time. You're like, Kayla, how does this have to do with teaser? You'll see in a second. Good, and then press on out. All right, lower the head if it was lifted. So now this time, we're gonna add the upper body. So your arms reach long. First, inhale. On the exhale, curl your head and shoulders up like you're 100. Now start to drag those heels in. Can you drag the heels in as you sit up? Yeah, and then push the heels away as you roll down. So you're doing a roll up, but the legs are moving in and out as well, all the way down. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, head and shoulders curl up. Knees start to bend. Lift here. This is the hard part, but keep moving. Keep drawing those heels in towards your body as you lift your upper body up. And then push away and round back. Nice and supported by the floor. Good. And then right back down. All right, now we're going to add a little lift to that. Inhale, same move. Exhale, head and shoulders curl up. Pull the knees in. And now this time, once they get halfway in, see if you can lift the heels. Yeah, and then start to round back. Push those legs out, and then maybe they get to the floor. And then you slowly lengthen back down. Yeah, try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Head and shoulders curl up. Drag the heels in. Let them lift as you come up. Good. And then slowly round back. You're still going back with your upper body. Heels to the floor and down. All right. On this last one, we're going to work on the straight legs. All right. You got it. Inhale. Exhale. Head and shoulders curl up. Heels draw in. Lift them up. And now see if you can just straighten the legs. Nice and light. Bring your arms up parallel to the legs. Now round back. And just this time you're still reaching your legs, but you're lowering down. All the way to the mat. Inhale. And exhale. Now you can still add the knee bend if you want, or maybe keep the legs straight. Keep lifting the legs at the same rate as your upper body. And then curl back down. Really find that curl. Let's try one more, you guys. This time we're going to hold at the top. Inhale. Exhale, chin to your chest. Lengthen your legs, lift up. Good. All the way up, hold. Arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, arms down to the knees. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, down to the knees one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Roll your spine all the way down. And release into the floor. Yes! Good teaser work tonight. All right, go ahead and hug those knees in. Rock it side to side. Woo! All right, I think we did some mermaid. It's been a while since we've done mermaid, so let's come up. Sit to one side. And you can, the most comfortable position for me is knees bent, feet together, ankles together off to one side. So they're underneath my thighs. If it's hard, if you're really tight and it's hard to stay lifted, you can just widen your stance a little bit more, okay? All right, let's bring our arms to a T, right at the shoulder height. Inhale. try and keep if you're mirroring me, it's your right hip, it's my left hip, down. And I want you just to bend. So you're not traveling this way. I want you to bend like a seesaw. Like imagine you're holding a really heavy bowling ball in that right hand or your left hand, and it takes you to the floor. From here, push into the floor with your hand, send your hip to the mat and reach that arm overhead. So you're lengthening that side. Good. And then return your arm so it's in line with the other. You're back at your T. Lengthen your waist to get those fingertips to come off the floor. And back to your T. And then take the other stretch over. Let's do that one more time in this way. All right? So you're keeping this straight line and you're bending at the waist to get this diagonal. Maybe you can get the fingertips without that hip coming off. And then use your fingertips to push the floor away so you can lengthen more on that right side. And stretch. Good. And then just that arm comes back in line with the other arm. And then see if you can lengthen, like someone's pulling your right arm away. Back to your T. Take your stretch. Don't worry, we're going to do a really stretchy one in a second. All right, this last one, go ahead and just get all the way down to your elbow and your forearm. Push away and just take your nice stretch here. Get that really deep side stretch. Use that top hand, place it on the mat in front of you, and then bring the other hand to the other side of the mat, and then push away and just get a little extra twist here. Push down. Good. And then come back to center. Lift back up and take one more counter stretch. Up and over. Excellent. And we're going to do all that on the other side. Switch your legs over to the other side. That little hip twist. Did you see it? Uh-huh. It's all connected. All right. Arms to the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Same thing. Imagine that this is going to be hard for me to demo. I'm going to have to change my stance on this side. Okay. Here we go. That's better. My right hip connection is just like alien. And I'm just bending because the weight on my left hand is so heavy, and then I'm going to stretch, and I'm going to push the floor away to stretch. Instead of sinking into the floor, push it away. Now keep lengthening that side, bring your arm back in line, and lift up. And then go the other way. Good. One more time, like that. Imagine, you can even flip your palms to the ceiling if it helps with the visual, like you have weights. And that weight in that right hand is just so much heavier. It pulls you down, flip your palm, push the floor away, stretch that side. Good, and then keep stretching that side so you use your waist to lift up. Good, and one more stretch this way. Good, and I'm going to go back to my other stance for the messy stretch. And now on this one, you can go all the way down to your elbow and forearm. While doing those first two definitely helps. Stretch it out. Good. And then lift the leg up. And take the stretch the other way. Up and over. All right, beautiful. We're going to end with our Pilates push-ups. All right, so come on to all fours, hands and knees. And you're going to go to the back edge of your mat so you have room. Push yourself up to standing. Walk to your feet. Inhale, stretch your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, round your spine up and over. Plant your hands on the mat. Walk your hands out to your push-up position. And bend your elbows. Lower the body, push up. Lift your hips. Walk back. Let's go for 5 tonight. Inhale, stretch up to the ceiling. Exhale, up and over. Walk it out. Push up. Lift your hips. Walk it back. 2 down, 3 to go. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Plant your hands. Walk out. Inhale. Exhale, push up. Lift. Walk it back. Give me 2 more. You got it. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop. Walk. Bend. Push up. Lift. Walk it back. Last time. Inhale. Exhale up and over. Walk out. Push up. Use your exhale. Lift your hips. Walk it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly.
Roll it up so that your head is the last to arrive.